Peace, everyone. So, my map of theories and practices took a different turn. It presented itself in the form of collages. So, I did three collages and like one just, I guess, end piece. So, yeah, I was trying to draw something and trying to like write something in the traditional sense of a map and connect all of the dots, and I was just kind of being guided to this. So I moved with it. I just started to flow with it to see what the message was. And this collage really encompasses the need for the work that I'm doing or that we're doing, and also just the different stages, the different levels. This image right here is one that kind of started it for me, and I wondered if it was like really just solemn, like too melancholy, but it's the reality that, you get to a point of exhaustion on multiple levels. You kind of leave yourself and you need some support. You need somebody to help you up. And you have someone in the physical realm as well as, your ancestors, your light workers, spirit guides who have never left your side. And, right now, force has to be used for good, because you're providing a service for a person who may not see their strengths, may not be able to pull themselves out of those places. So we are their light source in a sense, getting them to a place of safety. Um, Below here, I don't have anything to offer. Was kind of as he was sunken in, like some of the thoughts that that came, some of the thoughts that may come to mind, and then also it was personal for me because I remember a time in my life where I had become so disconnected with my passions, disconnected with my life path, just felt like everything was just mud and felt that way. Felt like I didn't feel like I had anything to offer. And for me, beginning to go and speak to someone about what was going on with me, who happened to have incorporated Native indigenous drumming, past life regression work. She did work with crystals, did Reiki. Um, it was just a really pivotal time in my life where I was guided towards my purpose. Um, there was a remembrance of value, a remembrance of uh, the power that exists in forgiveness, first of myself. Like it was a lot of things, and then this question mark here. When you have people that are doubting for many different reasons, for what they were told to believe or conditioned to believe about what therapy even is and how it can work, or just what it looks like. And, I realized that this work is putting me in a position to change the face of therapy. So that's what that was. And on the other side of the questioning, um, there is someone standing at a vista, kind of overlooking this infinite light, this new land, the land that they seem to have been searching for, thus seeing the light. And here, in big letters, vision, but I have it pointing this way because it's pointing this way towards the open window. And then all the while, there's like this moon child, this indigo star child that is just watching and just taking care and providing infinite wisdom throughout the whole thing. So, this for me kind of encompasses the the hurt, the pain, the fear that exists in the world, the energies, the entities that we can't see but can feel and trust and know that are there, and what exists on the other side of that, and being able um, to usher folks over to that side, to guide them towards that side. So that's the first collage. Let me see. The second collage. So the second collage incorporates more of um, the ancestral practices, the EXA, um, even down to I found this image of myself as a therapist, like with sunglasses and the whole, like just kind of like, so yeah, just a really beautiful space, a place to be. And then the ancestor over me, and then the offering of coconut and avocado, and that being representational of the many foods of many tribes, the meat, the sweet foods of many tribes, the richness, the rich foods of many tribes, and then blood and bone inside of the coconut and magic, kind of paying homage to rituals and practices that are necessary in helping ones to move through multi-generational and ancestral trauma, which for me has been the nucleus of this program for me. It's what I'm being guided towards. It's how it is informing the way in which I want to practice the interventions that I have an interest in. Empty chair, mask making, doll making, playback theater, reauthoring, externalization, dance and movement, connecting with connecting with one's own movement language in order to tell their story. Altar building for sure. And yeah, and then, the practices, definitely connected with Gottman, definitely connected with narrative work, definitely connected with the person-centered approach, aspects of it for sure. This kind of encompasses just everything. I have a picture of the river, which is reminding me of the children of Oshun, and Oshun is she is queen and goddess of the rivers, the streams, lakes, and wanting to help all people who have a respect for the work, trust the work, and are willing to do the work. So that's what this particular collage is about. And this is when I guess you've made the determination that is what you want to do, and you begin to integrate the things that, I may have been offering or guiding people towards, finding a powerful place in the sun, incorporating mind, body, and spirit, healing nutrition, mastering just being, operating from a place of gratitude, aligning with one's purpose, remembering to dream, activating their healing, having sound vision, and not being afraid to trust their gut reactions. And music, I have a little record player in the corner because you can't do anything as far as I'm concerned without music. So this is that part. And listening for sure. Just taking the moment to be still and listen. And this image I really like because it was like blocks. So, if you turn it, it could be off kilter. But this is it in total alignment. And this is what I offer myself as well as the people that I would be assisting. So this speaks volumes for me. And then this final picture was just like a school of fish in a really balanced ecosystem. So in order for that to happen, everybody's playing their position. The people who are responsible for death and transformation, as far as the ones who are responsible for rebirth and elevation. And if everybody's playing their position, then those school of fish can make their pilgrimage the way that they always do, in light, in love, in peace, and in good health. So that is that is what came up. And then I was goodness, led to, excuse me for all the stuff going on. It's like a daycare center in here. So then I was also led to different books that have kind of been guiding me, I guess. And I'm not going to make this too long. I don't want to go over 12 minutes. I'm at 9:55. So this one quickly. Mufado's Beautiful Daughters by John Steptoe. And it's kind of reminiscent of, I guess, Cinderella if you wanted to compare it to anything. But for me, when I came in contact with this book, probably like in the third or fourth grade, it was the first time that I started to associate people of color with our magic, connecting with our magic, and understanding that there's light and dark magic. And when we're operating from a dark place, this is what we attract. And if we're operating from a light-filled, joy-filled place, that this is what we attract. And no matter what, there being an abundance of love between the two forces. So this was one of those books for me. Conscious Eating by Gabriel Cousens. This was one of the first books that I came in contact with when I started to kind of move on a path towards just eating with a certain level of awareness. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep it short, but this was one of those for me, and it just kind of opened up to a wealth of everything involving healing foods, nutrition. And the Four Agreements, because this was one of those reminders, one of those jolts that remind us that all that we are what we've agreed to. It may be something that someone told us, something that we inherited, and we held on to it and just decided, okay, this is what I am, and I can never be anything more. And realizing the power in being able to make the decision that, no, it doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever I decide. So this book, amazing, Movement for Self-Healing by Meir Schneider. This was this book is actually about him and the people that he was able to help in Israel like many years ago, and I think he's still doing work today. He was blind. He was pretty much blind and healed himself through his nutrition, through different movements for his full body as well as for his eyes, and was able to improve his vision. He went from not being able to see anything to seeing like very shallow images, to wearing glasses, to not needing glasses at all, to being completely healed. And Movement for Self-Healing has informed just so much of my healing, because when I've been in my deepest places of pain and discomfort, the first thing to do to me is to just move through it, move through the pain, because you know that there is the other side of that pain, and really even getting to see how tightly wound, how crunchy, how textured it is, and just realize like, wow, feels physical, but it isn't physical at all. So this is one of those. Oh, Joni Mitchell, The Complete Poems and Lyrics. She just has this beautiful way of painting a room through her lyrics. Like, you read her lyrics and you've basically been given a seat next to her, seeing exactly what it is that she's seeing. I really love the cadence of her music and of her thoughts. And so that's that. Oh yes, I've said this on multiple occasions. Healing the Soul Wound. Need I say more? Just further affirming the necessity of ancestral rituals and practices in this work. How we must give honor, give honor to where our stories start, and going into those places, into those rooms, into those realms, and really beginning to identify the things that actually belong to us, So this is powerful, powerful. Oh, Taiwo, of course. Everything about this book. This is something that I will always refer to. I just want to keep it going because I don't want to be at 15 minutes. Method Meets Art, definitely a way of being able to bring the arts into this work, into this clinical work, and make it make sense, and gives it value and a leg to stand. So this, very important. And getting to know this book this semester has been really, really helpful because it's so user friendly. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that when I read about anything, when it talks about reauthoring, when it talked about it just was as clear as water. So I'm sorry, but this is how this came up. So yeah, this is this is right now, and it may be a working, just it's a work in progress, of course, as with all things. But this is what I came up with. This is what found me. This is what wanted to be shared. So sending you all love. See you soon. Peace.